kids, today I'm going to tell you two stories. Now you must be thinking, you only tell one story, how you're telling two? Today these are very short stories, and that's why I added a bonus story. And कभी कभी cheating भी थोड़ी चलती है. Okay? So every story I will add what? Yes, every story I will tell now two roops of Lord Vishnu. First roop is Parshuram, second roop is Vaman. Okay, I'll tell you those two stories later. They're very beautiful stories. One more thing, haven't I asked the question? Yes, the Gopal bhaiya question. Answers will be in the description, and right now I'm asking the questions. Okay? Now, the first question. Who is Gopal bhaiya? Second question, what miracle was happening? Okay? Now, let's start with the thing we say before starting. Any story. Take a deep breath in and chant Om. Take a deep breath in and say Om. One sec. Take a deep breath in and say Om. Okay, now let me start the first story. There was a big jungle. It was fully green. There were beautiful flowers. There was one beautiful river. And lots of animals lived. There were birds of all kind. There were lions, cheetahs. You know they both are enemies, but no. The jungle never fighted. The animals never fighted. They all were loving. They all were kind. They all lived together and fighted together. I do not mean they fighted like no. When something wrong was happening, they all helped each other. And now, when there are groups of people and there's one person and there's one group of person, the one person can get defeated. Like that, the animals were groups and one person is attacking, so they all fighted with that person and destroyed. So they didn't fight together like, you are doing something wrong, you are doing this. They all loved each other, they all helped each other, and they all fighted battles together. Like hunters who hunted, they hid it in very good spots. So they all lived together and they all attacked when any battle was coming. Okay? So one day, from nowhere, one fire appeared. Like it was rising. Even when they took one blink, the fire was rising, and their house was getting burnt. Their houses were getting burnt. The trees were getting burnt. The leaves were getting burnt. The land was getting burnt. They were crying, help! The houses are getting burnt. They were weeping, crying, but nothing was happening. Nothing. Nobody was doing anything. And then suddenly there was one noise. Chee, 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 chee. One beautiful hummingbird in blue color, and her name was Luna. Luna was very helpful like the others. So she, with a little ting beak, took one drop of water from the river and dropped it on the fire. One drop of water, dropped it on the fire. She did this many times. Front, back. She was going frontwards, backwards, frontwards, backwards, front, back. She was not stopping. Animals were telling her, stop, Luna, stop. But she wasn't listening. She was She was like, she was running. She was flying, getting the water, flying, going back. Then suddenly there was one big elephant. His name was Stephen. Okay? Stephen then suddenly stopped Luna with a big trunk. And Stephen said, "What are you doing? You're only taking one drop. And you know how much water you're taking in your beak? One drop. There's no difference happening." Then that bird looked to the elephant's trunk. She saw the monkeys with their beautiful hands that they could hold water in pots. She saw cheetahs with their beautiful mouth, where they can hold pots of water and take and save. Then the hummingbird said, "Even if I'm taking one drop of water in my beak, I'm not staring, I'm not stopping. I'm not like standing in the corner waiting for the fire to burn the whole jungle. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best." Then she again continued. She took one drop, poof, and then all the other animals realized their mistake. They got the idea. They learned from the Luna that you try your best. Even if you do something wrong, you try your best. Even if you make a mistake, try to improve it. Try your best. Even if you do anything wrong, try to improve it and make it better. Try your best. Try your best in exams. Try your best in cooking. Try your best in cleaning. Try your best in everything. Don't think, "I will not do this, I cannot do this." Try your best. Before even eating it, before even doing this, before even writing the exam, you are saying, "I cannot do this." But when you start even writing one letter, then you will say, "Oh, how easy it is." And you will try all your best. Okay? So then everybody, the elephant took his big trunk and and slowly the fire got calmed, and the forest was saved as much as it could, because a quarter of the forest got burnt. So the rest was saved, and how much it could have been saved, they saved. Okay? Now the second story. Now you know you love going to beach. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's the waves, the smell, the fresh air smell, the sound of the waves, the beautiful sand where you can tickle your feet in. You make sand castles. There was one wise man. He was relaxing, and suddenly he saw one boy. He was like bending, taking something, and then bending, standing, picking, bending, picking, bend and picking, and running and throwing. Bend, pick, run and throw. 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 What was he trying to do? And that wise man went, and he said, "What are you doing?" Then that boy was saying, "Look, these starfish, they are all outside because of the waves. And I'm picking them and throwing them, picking them and throwing them, picking them and throwing them." Now that wise man said, "What are you doing? No difference is happening." Now that wise man was saying, "No difference is happening." Then that boy was very smart. You little children, when you're more smaller, you're more brainy. Okay? So, that boy was very clever. He said, "Yes, I am saving them. I'm making a difference." Then that wise man said, how are you making a difference? Then that little boy said, look, when I'm picking one and throwing one, I'm saving their life. They're going in the water and they're getting saved. They're alive. And he was picking, throwing, pick, bend, pick, run and throw, bend, pick, run and throw, bend, pick, run and throw. So he was saving their life. Then that wise man felt very ashamed. He told, I'm not wise. The boy is wise. And then he also joined him. They both went bend, run, bend, pick, run and throw, 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 bend, pick, run and throw. So he was doing that. And he was saying, yes, I saved his life, I saved its life, I saved that starfish. And all the starfishes and their lives were saved. They were saying thank you from the bottom of the heart to the boy. And also the man, because now he had also realized. So, the Luna and the boy, the hummingbird and the boy were the heroes. They became sages. They are saints. Because divine people can only do this, right? Okay? So, everything you do, try your best. Everything you do, try your best. Like now, you're trying to cook. Try your best. Even if you put a little bit more salt, you tried your best. Yes? You did now? Okay? So now close your eyes, join your hands and chant with me. Take a deep breath in and say Om. Take a deep breath